Hey there, traders and investors. It's Rod with Power Group. Welcome back on The Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ Stocks, crypto assets, and interviews. Today is Saturday, November 5th. Hope you're having a great weekend. And in this video, going to go over the DXY, so the dollar index, and we're going to take a look at whether or not we could expect monthly consolidation either this month or next month. I think there's a good chance that we could see that. And then going to talk about the possibility of a massive end-of-year rally in both the stock market and the crypto space. Before we get to it, though, make sure to smash the like, help support me in the channel. It doesn't cost you anything. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell, and you'll be notified on any future videos or when I go live. Like I said, most important right now for me, the most important chart out there is going to be the US dollar currency index, so DXY. And I'm going to go over my thoughts and opinions on what to expect in the weeks and months ahead. But essentially, we know that stocks and crypto are not going to bottom out until the DXY starts to show some weakness. And at the moment, the DXY is very, very strong. We are potentially about to see a reversal, though, in my opinion. And I'll go over why I think that. But essentially, we haven't consolidated. We consolidated briefly in August where we lost the low of July, but we only lost it by about 11 pennies. So nothing meaningful. We're just going to kind of rule that out as any consolidation. Not enough of a pullback, in my opinion, to consider that noteworthy. And the last time we really consolidating just means that we're losing the low of the previous candle on whichever time frame. So the fact that this is the monthly time frame, the fact that we haven't consolidated really since January of 2022 means that we're almost one full year without monthly consolidation. And we know that when we have no support, and when things go up in a straight line, they don't go in a straight line forever. And we're likely due for some massive pullback. First hint right here and clue is overbought on the monthly. So anything over 70 on the RSI, the relative strength index, is considered overbought. And we were pushing 81 there on the monthly RSI. So that is clue number one. Also, we have two monthly inside bars at the moment. Inside bars just means that the range that we're trading in this month or in any candle, if it's within the same range of the previous candle, that's called an inside bar. And that just means that we're forming a type of equilibrium, we're tightening up, and we're starting to range. And the fact that we have two in a row is going to make it very easy to tell whether or not we're going to see more weakness in the broader market or whether or not we're going to start to see momentum shift and we're going to see strength in the broader market and in the crypto space. So right now, the most important chart is the DXY, and we're looking for this monthly consolidation. So the key support level going forward on the monthly time frame is going to be 109.53. If we lose 109.53, we start monthly consolidation and we start the monthly pullback. And again, that's going to be the first time since January of 2022. And if that were to occur, I think that we could see a very, very big rally in the broader market into the end of the year. So that key support is going to be 109.53. So we can make a simple statement. As long as 109.53 holds this month, then we're not going to see a massive rally in stocks or in crypto. So if we do lose that, then we'll start monthly consolidation and we could potentially expect to pull back to those EMAs, that EMA 12, which is sitting at 105, and EMA 26 sitting at 100. Also a nice round psychological number. And if we break bullish out of this monthly inside bar, so 113.94, we continue the monthly bounce essentially since January. So right now we are on month 10 of the monthly bounce without any monthly consolidation. So if we break resistance at 113.94, we continue the monthly bounce for the 10th and 11th month in a row, potentially leading into next month. We know that the broader market is likely forming a bottom, a temporary bottom. We know that the Fed's, the FOMC rate decision was another 75 basis points, and the market responded quite bearishly to that, and to be expected. But I do think that we could see a pivot. Maybe it comes in at 50 or 25 basis points and we start to see the Fed pivot and start to cool it with the interest rates. So turn a little bit more dovish from hawkish. So again, the most important factor for me is watching these two monthly inside bars and that key support at 109.53. If we lose 109.53, then anticipate a pullback to around that EMA 12 there at around 105. And you can see here that we also have this support green trend line that we could anticipate a pullback to that range as well. So I do think that 105 to 100 here into the end of the year is very probable on the DXY. And like I said, if that were to occur, we should see a face ripper of a rally in the broader market and in the S&P 500, the crypto space at large. But I want to bring up the S&P 500 here as well. We are starting the monthly bounce, but if you just take a look at the monthly time frame here and the .com fractal, those blue bars that I overlaid, that is the .com fractal bust. And this is the closest thing that we have to the everything bubble was the dot-com bubble. And it's eerily similar. We peaked on the RSI in 1996, and then 4 years later we peaked in the price, and then we went to monthly oversold. And it took about 700 days or so for that to occur. And if we take a look now, in about 4 years from the time that peaked, the RSI to the price, and the same thing happened here. We peaked on the RSI in 2018, and then 4 years later in 2022, that's where we peaked in the price. So very, very similar. Again, history doesn't always repeat itself, but it can rhyme, and right now it's rhyming quite substantially at the moment. And you can see here that we've been following this with a lower high. We confirmed a monthly downtrend for the first time since the 2008 financial crisis. And I do think that 2023 is going to be a massive stock market crash, and we're likely due for a bottom to be set, a temporary bottom to be set, and a monthly lower high, in my opinion. If we just zoom into the weekly time frame, it looks like that we could be already bottoming or potentially setting a bottom over the next couple of weeks. We know that the midterms in the US are starting next week on November 8th. And typically, we usually see a run up into those elections like we've been seeing over the last couple of weeks. And then we see a sell-off after the elections. So this leads me to believe that we could potentially set a bottom at some point between now and mid-November. And then into the end of the year, into December, is where we start to see a pretty big rally into the end of the year. Again, lining up with my thinking and thesis that we could see the DXY start monthly consolidation this month, if not next month. But essentially, just like the dot-com bubble, right? We peaked 4 years later on the RSI, we peaked on the price, and then we went to monthly oversold. And if the same thing happens now on the S&P 500, it's saying that 4 years from when we peaked in 2018, the price peaked, and we could be heading to monthly oversold maybe sometime in the fall of 2023. And that lines up with about the 200, maybe even 230s, 200 on the S&P 500. So this is why I've been hedging my long positions. Right now, I'm only long on altcoins and MJ at the moment, and I am hedging with an S&P 500 short. And I do think that we could potentially see this play out. I think there's a very, very high likelihood of all this playing out. But again, we need to see that DXY weakness. And when we look at the DXY isn't the strength of the dollar. It's a basket of currencies that we're comparing the dollar to. So essentially the yen, the euro, the pound, the yuan. So it's stronger comparative to the rest of the other fiat currencies around the world, and that is because it's the world reserve currency. But I do think that DXY is going to see some massive weakness into the end of the year. But let me know in the comments below your thoughts and opinions. That's just what I think. Let me know if you agree with me, disagree with me. I always love hearing from you. We'll continue the conversation in the comments below. Hope you have a fantastic weekend. If you could smash the like, share the video with anybody that might find value, I'd appreciate it. And we'll see you again on the next video. Take care. Talk to you soon.